And I'm gonna ask y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Y'all ain't tired? Hey nerds, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna have a little discussion today, kids, okay? We're gonna be talking about the infamous BookTok. Yeah, but before we get into that, please leave a like. It really helps me and I appreciate it. Thank you. One more time. Now let's get into this. That was so much better. So if you don't know what BookTok is, allow me to explain. It sounds normal enough, right? Sounds like a section of TikTok where all the bookworms and book lovers congregate and they have a virtual book club. Wrong, wrong, wrong. BookTok has become seriously oversaturated with romance novels and it's become an issue. BookTok is the section of TikTok where people literally talk about literary corn. That's what it is. I'm not even kidding. And you're thinking, well, at least it's like quality corn, right? Like the corn is good, right? No, it is not. In my opinion, it's where some of the worst romance books live. Okay, and here are some examples. Anything by Colleen Hoover, It Ends With Us, Ugly Love, November 9th. Anything by Anna Huang, the Twisted series, the King of Deadly Sins series, stuff like that. Haunting Adeline and Icebreaker, just to name a few, etc., etc. Now, there's nothing wrong with literary corn. It's great. It's lovely even at times. But if it's the same quality as BookTok, I don't want it. I'd rather not. That's where I draw the line. There's a few underlying reasons why BookTok is just not my favorite thing in the world. So let's start at number one. Each and every book that I have heard about from the BookTok community has taken so much joy from me. First of all of these books have the same harmful toxic tropes in them. Now, I have an entire video of the worst tropes in romance books. It's right here. I'll put a link in the video somewhere so you can click on it. I suggest you go watch that first for a little bit of context, a little bit of background, then come back to this. And if you've already seen that video, great, you're all caught up so you know what I'm about to get into. A common thread that I see in these books are the good girl / bad boy trope. And I'm gonna ask y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Y'all ain't tired? Y'all ain't exhausted yet? It's like every time you read a book that you've seen on BookTok, you know you're reading the same exact story each time, right? Like, do you realize that? Have you put 2 and 2 together and added up to 4? Like, have you done that yet? It's the same formula every single time, just different settings, maybe even different time periods. I can't even say different characters because they're all freaking carbon copies of each other. And speaking of tropes, y'all adore the toxic ones. These books hold tropes that glorify things that are extremely problematic, and it's concerning to say the least, like kidnapping, abuse of any kind, sexual, verbal, emotional, physical, lack of freedom or lack of autonomy for the main character who is usually a woman, narcissistic possession, y'all seem to love that one like all the way down, and just unhealthy, toxic dating habits in general. Now tell me if I get this right. Let me know if I hit the nail on the head with this. The love interest is usually a tall, dark, and mysterious man. He's either got a bad reputation or he's filthy rich, or both. And he has some sort of past trauma that has made him unlovable or incapable of being able to love. That sound about right? Was I accurate enough? Did I get it right? That's literally every single book y'all be reading, and oh my god, it's so frustrating to see. In my opinion, these books are heavily lacking in substance, and it's just that's not for me, you know? Honestly, I think it's just become another variant of brain rot. And not all romance novels are like this. I know there are some books out there that actually have storylines, good storylines, fulfilling storylines, and good characters, not just the two main characters bumping pocketbooks throughout the entire story, okay? I understand that. We go in there, BookTok girlies. Come to the front. Come on, babies. I'm gonna say this with love. Y'all are some of the most unhinged people that I have seen on this dancing app. The BookTok girlies remind me of the people who ruined Eddie Munson. Do y'all remember when Stranger Things 4 came out 2 years ago and people were just hyper fixated on Eddie Munson and they ended up playing him out and, you know, just being cringe all around? That's what the BookTok girlies are giving me. Just that, at that level of cringe, that's where it's at. And the worst part about this is, y'all don't understand how cringe you are being. Oh, if anyone shall disagree with any of the books that you like to read that stemmed from the BookTok community, y'all go up in arms, quick, fast, in a hurry, okay? With the quickness. Also, y'all do not give a damn about y'all's digital footprint. Some of these comments I see under these videos when I somehow get stuck on BookTok, because I don't engage, I don't want my For You page being flooded with that. But some of these comments I see under like little slideshows or whatever, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh my glob, like what is happening in these comment sections? Y'all are talking some real nasty things about this. Have some decorum about yourself, baby. There was this particular video about like a mafia boss and him tying up his girlfriend or fiance or whoever she was or something. And they were doing things, you know, and some of the comments were like, my special talent is ignoring red flags. Okay. Another one was like, the way I would let him do anything, and I mean anything to me. This mafia boss character also like unalives people. That's like his job. And he is also one of those controlling asshole like type of tyrant characters. So I'm just like, this is sexy to y'all. This is what's turning y'all on. And then y'all are letting it be known. Not everything has to be commented on. Not everything has to be shared. Baby, get a diary. Get a journal. Not everybody wants to know exactly what you're thinking about this fictional mafia boss character and what you would like for him to do to you. That brings me to my next point. I think y'all are super comfortable with reading the most unhinged stuff. Like, y'all are too comfortable for my liking. And all y'all care about is how spicy it is. I would never forget. I was sitting in class one day, you know, and I was telling my friend about this book, and then some other girls chimed in listening in. And so this one girl pipes up, she goes, well, is it like, you know, is it spicy? And I was like, what? I was like, where did that question even come from? And the book that I was talking about, it had nothing to do with romance. It was like a fictional book, but romance was not like the centerpiece of it. And this girl gonna ask me, well, is it like spicy? Like what? No, it's not. And this is where y'all start to piss me off a little bit. Some of y'all think that y'all are the most passionate readers on the face of the earth. Listen carefully, and I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. If you only and can only read smut, I do not consider you to be a reader. That is my hot take. If you don't like it, cry about it to your mother, okay? To be fair, I have the same exact sentiment for different genres, but to an extent. And I say that because in the last decade or so, every romance novel that I have read, at least, maybe it's different for some other people, but in my own personal experience, it is just the same story, the same type of story, plot line, characters that have been pumped out through a mill. It's like, you know, millions of carbon copies that are played out in unoriginal. And this is where some of y'all need to admit that you have a hard time branching out into other genres because you are so comfortable reading smut. Like, that is the only thing that is keeping your attention while reading that book, because you know at some point in time the main character is going to be up against a wall getting it, okay? And that's what's happening. And sweetheart, not everything has to be sexy or spicy. There are tons of interesting books out there that don't have, you know, corn as its centerpiece or as its, you know, maintaining thing throughout the book. There are plenty of interesting books that don't have to deal with sex or, you know, kidnappings and stuff. Switching it up every once in a while is okay. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I am having a hard time finding other readers on the platform that just don't that don't read only smut. As an avid reader, I'm always looking for a good book recommendation, and I search for those everywhere, including TikTok. Now here's the problem within that. The BookTok girlies have taken so much space on that side of TikTok, I can't find regular book recommendations anymore. Like, all these poorly written romance novels are the only thing that pops up. And there's a few stray videos on, you know, regular books and stuff like that, but they're pretty scarce. And I know I can be more specific with the words that I type out in the search, you know, dwindling down what I really want to see. But even then, for example, one time I searched book recommendation, you know, fantasy or whatever. I was trying to get into the genre. I like fantasy stuff. I wanted to read about it, so I was searching for it on TikTok. You know what popped up? Fae orgies, vampire sex societies, and princesses screwing magical creatures in enchanted forests. And that's only a few things that popped up. There's so much more. And my inner monologue was saying, can I just have a regular book about fae and fairies and princesses and mythical creatures that don't have to deal with bumping pocketbooks? Like, and BookTok has created some stigmas and stereotypes, and I was stereotyped in a bookstore. Let me tell you how. So it's general knowledge, common knowledge, that people who engage with BookTok or read the content that comes from BookTok is, like, you know, usually 18 to 25, somewhere in that age group, and it's mostly women. Cause y'all be going into Barnes and Noble and y'all be cutting the up in there. Last time I went book shopping, I was browsing, you know, looking up and down the stacks, you know, just trying to find something. And then an employee comes over and she asks, are you looking for the romance section? We have some of TikTok's popular reads over here on this side if you want to look. I ain't never been so offended in my life. Like, oh my God. Just because I am a woman and I am in that same age group, automatically I was looking for Haunting Adeline or something, right? Right. Ooh, that I felt like Bob the drag queen in that moment.
Up everybody.
And I don't know. Like, the entire community is something that is like, it scares me, not in the sense that I'm scared of y'all, but I'm scared for y'all, because y'all are stuck. Y'all are stuck within that mindset of reading smut, and not even good quality smut. It's just no storyline, just characters banging every 2 seconds. And it's just like, oh no, like, this is what we've come to. Like, we are, what are the kids saying now? We're cooked. Is that what they were saying now? We're f***ing cooked. Overall, the BookTok community is not my favorite place to be. I don't like it. And I just want y'all to know that in the name of research, I sacrificed my algorithm and my For You page for this video. It's going to take some heavy algorithm timeline purging for me to get back to where I was. Cause oh, the stuff that I had to watch and search for this video, good God almighty. Don't get it twisted, I love a good romance book. I love a good romance book that is spicy, but if it's coming from BookTok, go ahead and keep that, baby. Go ahead and keep that to yourself, baby. Okay? And before I like close the video out, I want to give a special thanks to the other YouTube creators that sacrifice their time and money to read these books so we wouldn't have to. The main two that I want to shout out is Nikki and Lexi, aka Newly Nova. They they sacrificed their time and their money and maybe a little bit of their sanity to read these books that came from this side of TikTok. So thank you both. I don't know if I would have been able to sit through these books, and y'all are saints for doing that for other people's entertainment. So thank y'all. That concludes our video for today. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. And if you have your own take or opinion on BookTok, let me know in the comments. They're open for you to have this conversation. Let's have a conversation, okay? And subscribe if you want to. I'll see y'all on the next go round. Okay, bye.